The morning of our departure from Valdez dawns still and reflective. Chris quietly reverses venture out of the slip. A skein of cloud hangs over the mountains. We pass Sea Lion, a beautiful yacht built by Delta in Seattle, with a range of 5,000 nautical miles. A resident otter crosses our wake. Ever since the Exxon Valdez catastrophe in 1984, of which more later, strict rules now govern the passage of oil from the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, which terminates here in Valdez. We pass massive tugs, two of which are required to accompany each and every purpose-built, double-hulled tanker leaving the terminal. Concerns have now moved to aging land-based structures, specifically the condition of the asphalt sealing the soil beneath the oil tanks built in the 1970s. We pass through Valdez Narrows, where tanker speeds are restricted to 6 knots. The land rises steeply from the water. Numerous waterfalls tumble from the heights. As on our way in, otters pay casual attention to our passing. A rock with its navigation marker forms a roost for sea lions. The multitude of colorful fenders identify this vessel as being a tender, taking on the catch and providing services to the fishing fleet. In Valdez Arm, we encounter a fleet of seiners taking advantage of a fish opening. The next point of interest is the beacon marking Bligh Reef, first discovered and charted by Captain Cook from his ship Endeavour in 1778, and named after William Bligh, who was on board and who later became famous due to mutiny on the Bounty. Bligh Reef is where the tanker Exxon Valdez ran aground on March the 24th, 1989, resulting in the spillage of 19 million US gallons of crude oil, extending 1,300 miles, 2,100 kilometers, down the coast of Alaska. Initially, the cause was blamed on the captain in what was later described as the drunken skipper fable, after he was found innocent of all charges in a 1990 trial. There is no space in this video to describe the real reasons for this disaster, but for those interested, most of the details can be found online and make interesting reading. Regardless, the trigger that set this event in motion was that the Exxon Valdez was outward bound, east of the inbound channel, because the outbound channel was obstructed by ice from the Columbia Glacier. Since the 1980s, the Columbia Glacier has retreated 12 miles, 20 kilometers, and lost half its thickness and volume. We have visited this glacier 3 times over the past 12 years, and this significant retreat is dramatically obvious. As in previous visits, we anchor in Heather Bay, divided from Columbia Bay by a low rocky shelf. This video, shot from within Heather Bay, shows that shelf. Dawn the following morning can only be described as divine. More views of the shelf clearly show it to be completely clear of ice. We now revert to video shot in 2013. This ice is piled up on the same rocky shallows, and here are a bunch of hardy kayakers preparing for a chilly day. Note the amount of ice on the same shallows at the same time of year. At that time, in a cold rain, we launched both tenders and towed the floes, even to the point of touching them. With the benefit of hindsight, this was extremely foolhardy, as we learned when, without warning, one of the floes blew apart with a detonation that sounded like that of a field gun, and disintegrated right alongside us. The radar shows the extent of the ice in the Columbia Bay at the time. Back to the present, we get underway. We are lucky with the weather and the views are magnificent. We pass extensive rafts of otters. There is no sign of ice apart from just one distant floe on the horizon. We are now in Columbia Bay. This chart shows the moraine that marks the foot of the glacier from which it has rapidly retreated. We encounter a number of sizable chunks of ice. There seems to be some difference of opinion whether these should qualify as ice floes, growlers, or bergy bits. They are definitely not icebergs. Berg means mountain. This is an iceberg, filmed in Greenland. Go figure. We approached this one not expecting anything special. Suddenly, with absolutely no warning, there is increasing amounts of ice, including some from numerous side glaciers feeding the main channel. We see one sightseeing boat and get our first view of the still distant Columbia Glacier face. A barely visible light aircraft gives scale to the immensity of our surroundings. The glacier face is still a couple of miles distant, with the ice field increasingly dense. We launched the drone to take a closer look. While we could slowly feel our way forward, progress would be snail pace, there and back, so we decide to proceed no further. But we still have an important job to do. We need to stock our clear glacier ice for cocktails. Christine risks life and limb to capture a suitable chunk. It's bigger and heavier than it looks. It is then brought aboard by Chris. How old is this ice? My research says that ice well inland in Canada at the origin of the glacier could be thousands, even millions of years old, but that the ice carving of this end of the glacier is a rather disappointing one of merely 100 or 200 years. The one thing that is certain is that clear glacier ice takes much longer to melt in a delicious gin and tonic. We slowly make our way back between wondrous chunks of floating ice amid magnificent surroundings. While engaged in editing this video, the word ice has dominated the news for the absolute worst of reasons. But ice is the star of this video and provides an essay of exquisite natural beauty. These icy sequences may be too long for some viewers, and likely also break the rules of brisk editing. But how often do we have the opportunity of seeing such beauty so close and under such stunning conditions? As we exit Columbia Bay, the beacon marking Bligh Reef reminds us of a lasting tragedy. At the time of the spill, a pod of orca unique to Prince William Sound, who communicated in their own unique dialect, was decimated. Not a single calf has been born since the spill. The few survivors will soon be lost forever.